You know, not long ago, someone asked me a very good question. If you want to get into playing lead guitar, should you start by practicing scales or by learning a solo? And I don't know about you, but practicing guitar like this... That's just very boring and very tedious, isn't it? So what I suggest is to learn a solo straight from the beginning. That way you're not just learning the notes of the scale, but you're developing your musical abilities in general. So for all you beginners out there, today we've got the top 10 great, easy guitar solos that any aspiring guitarist should know. I always thought the title of that song was a bit weird. What's up? I mean, the chorus is like, what's going on? That should have been the title, right? But instead, what's up? Words that don't even appear in the lyrics. As it turned out, they didn't want people to confuse the song with Marvin Gaye's classic, What's Going On? But still, it's pretty awkward. Anyway, the next song features a solo from one of my all-time favorite guitarists, John Fogerty. And the song was inspired by country legend Buck Owens. Next solo is played by Paul Gilbert, virtuoso guitar player known for his shredding abilities. But this solo actually sounds like it could have been on a Beatles record. Now the next song, which was a great hit for Elvis Presley, features not one but two legendary guitarists. On lead guitar we have Scotty Moore, and hardly noticeable on the background there's Chet Atkins playing acoustic guitar. And man, that's pretty good. If you're a singer and you look to the right, you've got Scotty Moore, and on the left you've got Chet Atkins playing, you're doing pretty good. You're gonna make a good record. And that's exactly what happened. Elvis himself once famously said that he only knew 5 chords on the guitar, and that was it. And that's the good thing about playing the guitar, isn't it? 5 chords is all it takes, and then you can become a superstar like Elvis. Now, he did have tons of charisma, good looks, and a great singing voice, so it's not that easy. And the guy who's playing the solo in the next song also had tons of charisma, a beautiful singing voice, and his songwriting abilities, in my opinion, were unmatched. Now the next song is probably the easiest song of the entire list. If you don't know anything about playing the guitar and you're just starting out and you want to play a solo, this is the solo you want to start with. And the guitarist Robert Krieger doesn't even use one of these. So if you hate using a guitar pick, you can just use your fingers. a song from my favorite band of all time, the Beatles. It was the opening track for the brilliant White album, and it's actually quite hard to tell who's playing the solo. Now, George Harrison was the lead guitarist of the Beatles, but many of the guitar solos of the Beatles were actually played by Paul McCartney on the record. Whatever the case, it's a classic example of a great rock song. Number 3, we have a song inspired by the 1954 movie Apache, featuring Burt Lancaster and Charles Bronson. Played on a Fender Strat by Hank Marvin, this song proved to be one of the greatest hits by The Shadows. Number 2, we have a song with probably one of the best guitar intros ever, but that's hardly easy to play. But the solo after the second chorus is much easier, and also a great example of beautiful melodic phrasing. And on number 1, we have none other than Slowhand himself, Eric Clapton. And this solo is another great example of something that's very easy and simple, but great fun to play. That's very interesting. A great solo doesn't necessarily need to be a very difficult one. Take Wonderful Tonight. If it's easy to remember and you can sing it, that means you have something special. Okay guys, that's it for today. As always, a huge thanks to all patrons for supporting the channel. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you next time.